Hello. Good afternoon. I did it. I made it. I'm here. I'm ready to chat. I've got notes, and if you know me, that's unusual. So, and my hair, I showered late today. I had a headache all day, all morning. Scrunch out the curl. If you have curly hair, you know, you got to scrunch out the curl. I'm going to wait and see people get on. So I showered at 1 o'clock today because, hello! Because I was just not feeling well. But I'm caffeinated. Hi, Becky. Hi, Randy. Thank you. I love my hair too. She's a lot to deal with, but I love her. She's worth the upkeep, I guess. Hello. Good afternoon. I was gonna try to go right at 3, but I was like, nah, I'm ready. So, I'm just giving a little bit. Hi, Emily. I love you. I should do. This mode so nothing interrupts outside of this. Oh, I should have peed first, guys. Okay. You ever have that thought? I really should. I drank all this and I take medicine. I have congestive heart failure, and I take meds every day, and some of them. Hi, Mal, I love you. Some of my meds make me have to pee. It's a part of just pulling liquid off my body. I was going to say, if you know, you know, but most people don't have heart failure, so you don't know. But I was like, oh, I should have peed before I did this. It's fine. It'll be fine. I'll hold on to it. It's cool. Let me keep drinking. It'll help. It'll help it. All right. You're welcome. You didn't know you were going to come on, and the first thing you were going to learn about was my health issues and having to pee my pants. So, welcome. Mallory, I knew you would understand. All right. So this week's topic, social media. That's really broad. And so, I could sit here and tell you the social media things that I like and how they work, but that's what Google's for. I mean, you can't Google what I like, but, I can tell you some of the ones I use. It really doesn't matter what you use. And that's why I'm going to talk to you about the focus side of doing social media, because I think that social media just becomes this overwhelming thing, and it's a blessing and a curse, right? It's a blessing and a curse to have social media exist. It's oh, thank you. Look, I'm gonna be distracted. I've got Disney everywhere. I worked for Disney World for 2 years, so I'm a Disney freak. There's a lot of Disney. You can kind of see, this is Harry Potter stuff here. So, I'm a big nerd. So, sorry, the background's distracting. I do have Scentsy stuff too. But, my background is me. So, anyways, I think social media is a blessing and a curse. And so, there was something else I knew there was something else I wanted to remember. Look at me writing down a last minute note for you guys so I don't forget. It's a blessing and a curse because it can be very overwhelming. There's a lot of options. It's a highlight reel. Never forget that fact. In our business, there are so many people posting the same shit, different day, and so many different levels of their business. So somebody's day 1 and somebody's day 70 and somebody's year 5, right? Or year 10 and a half, but only half of that have I been working it like a business. So when people go, oh, you're a director, but you've been in 10 and a half years. Why did it take you so long? Well, for the first 6 years, I didn't do shit. I was just barely keep my business alive because it was just for funsies. It was a hobby. I was supporting my own habit, whatever, right? But at some point that changed for me. Now it's my full-time job. So the growth is different for everybody. You can't compare. But social media is 100% a comparison game. And I, just like everyone else, am what's the word I want? Victim of the comparison game way more than we need to be. So, social media. That was like kind of a tangent, but it is important because it's such a big deal, and such a big part of social media is seeing everybody else's picture perfect life and not thinking about the fact that the shit in the background is not their actual life. The actual shit is behind the camera. The mess is behind the camera so that you see the perfection, right? And I'm a freaking hot mess, and this is like the cleanest my office has been in a long time, but like, look, my desk is full of stuff. Like, and even my cleanliness is not that clean. Like, I'm an explosion. My husband tells me that I'm an explosion. It's organized chaos. It is what it is. That's how my brain works. But, it's the reality is that we are all uniquely us. And the social media game makes us so often feel inadequate. I feel like it went from being like when we were, I don't know, this will age me maybe. I'm about to be 39 years old this in a few months. So I'm old, but growing up, it was like Teen Beat magazine, Teen Bop magazine, then it was like 17, then it was Cosmo, and all of that like culture, even before social media, was a comparison game, right? A comparison to the person on the cover, the people in the pages, the celebrity that, right? Like, so social media just took all that and amplified it and made it so that also the people that we see that are normal people, we're also comparing ourselves to. So the comparison game got so much worse, right? Influencer world, whatever. So, the whole point is that social media exists. We have to deal with it, or you don't. Some people go entirely off social media. You can make that happen too. It happened for years, right? Social media didn't exist for literally decades. People had successful Scentsy businesses and other businesses without social media. If you want to make that work, you can make that work. I'm just putting that out there. If social media is your anxiety, it's your stressor, it's the thing you hate, cool, bye. You can get trainings on YouTube. I'll end up downloading this and putting it on YouTube. So YouTube people who aren't on Facebook or in this group will still be able to see it. There are ways to access things without social media. If it's not your jam, bye. Anything in your business, if it's not your jam, bye. Like, you do not have to do all the things. Literally, the first note I wrote, you do not have to do it all. We are in these groups. We're in these social medias. We're seeing all the people who, like, people say to me, hey, you do great graphics. Like, all your stuff is so cohesive, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I have a freaking degree in design. It takes me 2 seconds to do that. It might take you 2 days. So for me, it's something that brings me joy. My customers don't give two shits. If I send them something that's like handwritten, label and plop it on a bag and send them a sample, they don't care whether it's that or whether it's all pretty and dandy, because they're just getting the sample and that's all they care about, right? So like, my point is, don't compare yourself. You don't need to do it all. It doesn't matter whether it's social media or a project or a special label or whatever. You don't need to do it all. With social media, you don't need to be on all of them. There are a million social media options. You do not need to be on all of them. Probably if you went and like looked on a social media, I probably have an account on it because I'm a weirdo and I just need to know if it works for me before I make a decision. So I probably have an account on most things, but like, I haven't, like, there's some people who are really good at Pinterest. I have a Pinterest account. I like to go on there and find ideas for how to cut my hair or dye or get nail ideas when I get my nails done. Like, I use Pinterest to find things, but I don't use it as a social media tool. Like, I don't post things on it. And some people are really good at that, right? But it's not one that I'll ever probably utilize as a business tool, but some people are really good at that. People are really good at TikTok. I don't understand TikTok. And I know Reels is like almost identical, and I'll do Reels sometimes, but it takes me forever. And it's just not the way my brain works. And so like, I do it every once in a while when I get like some really good idea, but like, I literally have never gotten on TikTok ever. How about that? I've never been on TikTok before. before. I've never created a TikTok. I don't have the app. When people send me TikTok links, I'm like, it doesn't work. It wants me to open an app and I don't have that. So like, I literally have never been on TikTok. You don't have to be on every social media. And then with the comparison game, I just want to say also, I'm just going to go back to this real fast. The unfollow button, the unfriend button, the turn notifications off button is your friend. If somebody's account is giving you stress, it's overwhelming you to see their stuff, whatever it is, don't let somebody else's social media presence give you anxiety and overwhelm you. You can turn those things off. You can, on freaking Instagram, you can still stay following somebody, but turn off their stuff from showing up in your feed. You can, on Facebook, snooze people for 30 days. If they're going through a thing and you don't want to see it for a while, snooze them for 30 days. You're still friends with them. They won't know. But take the stress out of things. You do not have to do things. All the freaking Facebook groups. I don't know why everybody wants to be in 500 Scentsy Facebook groups. That shit stresses me out. I don't do it. I'm in very few Scentsy Facebook groups, and the groups that I'm in, I literally have them unfollowed so they don't show up in my newsfeed, and I have the notifications turned off so they don't pop up in my notifications. Because if I need them, I will go and find what I need. But I don't need everybody's freaking drama because those groups are full of crap. There's like little nuggets of good surrounded by a lot of whiny people. Just being really real here. I told you I'm a truth bomb person, but like I can't do it. I have really bad anxiety. I'm on Zoloft for it. It does me very well. It balances me out, but I know that even with my medicated body, that shit will literally make me shut down. And so if it makes you shut down like it does me, fix it. You control your space, your social media, you control that space. Nobody can make you follow something, look at something, whatever that you don't want to look at. Don't sit in the misery. So going back to, you don't need to do all the social media, but the ones you do choose to participate in, do them well. Do them well. Learn them, figure them out, figure out what works for you. Google what the trends are and how to make the algorithm work for you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. There are literal experts out there who will give you all sorts of great ideas and tips on that. But do what the one you're doing really well. And that means show up consistently. Don't show up for 5 days in a row. Be mad that you don't have the following of 5 bajillion people and then not do it for a month. Just like in our business, if we're not consistent, nothing comes of it, right? So if you're going to do it, show up consistently. And social media, a big part of that with algorithms is to interact. So I'm going to sidetrack about the interaction thing. There are people out there who will schedule their social media posts. Blessing and a curse. Yes, it saves time. And it makes sure that things are consistent, right? But you also, if you are scheduling posts, you also have to be going in and doing interaction, liking other people's posts, commenting on other people's posts, following new things that interest you. If you're not interacting in the app on top of posting, again, you hurt the algorithm. It doesn't matter how often you post if you're not interacting as well. So be really good at it, be really consistent at it, interact with it, and you'll hit some good nuggets, right? And then when you are posting, I literally wrote down, I was watching, is anybody a RuPaul's Drag Race fan? Cause we've been me and my husband have been re-binging through RuPaul's Drag Race, and I was watching last night, and he if you know, you know, but he always talks about your charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. And, which, yes, it's funny. If you know RuPaul, C-U-N-T is charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. It's a funny thing. But those 4 characteristics, I was like, you need that in Scentsy too. Charisma, unique, Vanjie. We're on that season. That's really funny. 2010 right now. Benji. Anyways, if you know, you know. So uniqueness, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. And that is, be charismatic, and charismatic doesn't mean you have to be a crazy person like me with lots of energy. You're going to attract the people you're meant to attract. So like, be yourself, be unique, be you. There is no other you in this world. And people out there need you to exist. Have the nerve to show up as you, show up as yourself, show up as exactly who you are. The messy is okay. The foolishness is okay. The no makeup is okay. Whatever you are, you don't have to, like, I don't have a single makeup on. I came on, my hair's still a little wet. Like, it just doesn't matter. Are you guys mad about it? No, it just doesn't matter. Show up as you are, because you're very, very special. Talent, go to your strengths. Whatever your strengths are. Everyone has strengths in this business, in this industry, in your life. Go to your strengths. Rely on it. If you're goofy, be goofy. If you're calm and chill, be calm and chill. Do whatever you have to do. I'll come back to the comments. Can I see the rest of that? Yes. Oh, yes. I'm not downing scheduling, by the way. Scheduling is totally good. It's great for your sanity. If you're an anxious person, scheduling's great. But just make sure that if you are scheduling stuff, that you are also going back and interacting. Does that make sense? Like, just scheduling and letting it go and ignoring it until the next time you schedule stuff will not build any sort of following or interaction. Like, social media is being social. Right? It's not just media, it's social media. So like, you have to be social with people, which means interacting back and forth. So it's scheduling is great. If you are anxious about things being consistent, if you're anxious about things like you having a bad day and things getting off track, like, scheduling, awesome. There's lots of scheduling options out there, but you still have to go back and be social. Does that make sense? So scheduling, not dissing it. Just saying, if you're scheduling, don't forget to go and also include the social part. Even if it's like 15 minutes a day that you dedicate to scrolling and commenting on things. So, and then the other thing with riding along with the uniqueness part of it and being yourself, there's no other you, is that don't do flyers. Don't copy and paste other people's posts. Like, again, you're not coming in as yourself if what you're doing is posting a generic flyer and someone else's wording, and the algorithm hits both of those things. Like, if you have a product, take a photo with it, take a photo of it, post your freaking face. It's beautiful and great. You're so cute. Please post your cute face. And be you, and share things very authentically in that realm, where if there's like, how many times have you scrolled and you see literally the same post over and over, the same graphic over and over? And no, I'm not saying go buy every single product so you have that, but there's ways to be uniquely you and post about products and show your face and get the engagement that way without having everything. Right? Like, there just is. And so flyers, they're great for, like, flyers I use to print out and send in mail. That's what a flyer is. It is not a social media picture, if that makes sense. So, and then whatever, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and like tell you how to use a social media platform. There's all sorts of professionals who do that kind of stuff. Most social media platforms have amazing training tools to teach you the ins and outs. So, hi, Google exists. Don't ask a question that Google can answer. That's just like, there is so many people in this world who like their initial instinct is to go somewhere and ask for an answer that Google can answer. And Google exists. Other tools exist, and the time that you spent asking that question on a Facebook group or what in a messenger or whatever, and then waiting on somebody to respond to you, you could have already had the answer and be practicing. So Google exists to help you, and whatever social medias you are going to focus on, one, multiples, I don't care how many you do, that's up to you, how far you want to stretch yourself. A lot of social medias, by the way, interact with each other and can link together. I post on my Instagram and in Instagram stories, and they automatically share to Facebook. I don't really do a whole lot on Facebook besides scroll through and interact with people to keep my algorithm going. But it looks like I post because my stuff from Instagram shares over to Facebook. So like it's 2-in-1 deal, right? Again, time saving. But train yourself to be the best and to understand whatever social media you're doing. Because if you're using Google and you're using the training tools already out there provided for you to understand it and be the best at it, you'll be killing it. And then if you're a person who, like me, is like squirrely all over the place, or you're like me and you really can get sucked into something, like hyperfixation style, the ADHD in me, and you really can get, like, if I get on a Facebook or an Instagram and I start scrolling and all of a sudden 2 hours has passed and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Whoa, what just happened? Set time limits. Whether that's you telling Alexa to set an alarm for 20 minutes, or you setting an alarm on your phone for 20 minutes, or you literally setting, I have limits set on my phone for how long I can be in an app for a day, and it will literally tell me and shut off the app, and I have to put in my password, and it's really annoying. And then I feel guilty if I go on that app longer than I need to. So like, I personally set limits for myself, and if I sit down to do those things, make it intentional. Make your scrolling intentional. Don't just scroll and like, scroll and comment. The comments are better for the algorithm than the heart, okay? So like, make your time really intentional, but set time limits. If you are a person who does not have time, you're right, none of us have time. The people who told us that when we're adults, we get to do whatever we want and we'll have all the time in the world, liars. So like, we don't all have time. And we all are like wishing there were 48 hours in a day instead of 24. That's how adulthood is, apparently. We're always looking for the extra hour in a day. So, but look at how much time you waste on your phone by scrolling and zoning out and just not even being intentional or like mentally present. And not that there aren't things that we, like, moments that we need to like shut down our brain. There are. But like, there's more effective ways to do that. So like, I set time limits on how long I stare at my phone, and then I judge myself every week when my iPhone tells me how much time I spent on my social media the week prior, right? Like, it's like, oh, you spent 7% more time on your phone last week. And I'm like, ooh. So like, just make sure that you are being really intentional with it. You don't need to do it all. The ones that you do. The ones that you do are present on. That's better wording. The ones that you are present on, that you do them well, that you show up consistently, that if you're scheduling, you're also coming back and engaging, because you still need to be social, even if you're doing the media part, right? It's great to schedule things for people who are busy. I once had 500 other jobs besides Scentsy. Scheduling saved my life. Scheduling is awesome, but you still have to go back and do the social part when you get a chance. Set the time limits on yourself. Heck, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, like, I'm going to intentionally scroll and comment on 10 posts, and then I'm going to close it. Cool. Those are 10 posts that you interacted with and were social with, right? Be consistent, show up, be unique. Show us your charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Be unique, be you. No flyers, be original. I don't care if people will talk branding all day long. Your branding is you. You have a brand. It's you. What are your favorite colors? Utilize them, whatever. It doesn't have to be down to a T. I guarantee if you ask somebody what's part of your brand, people are going to tell you all of your favorite things. People literally see you as a brand already. Your brand is you. You're already original. You already have a brand. Just show up as you. Be you. Interact. Google to train yourself. Unfriend, unfollow, turn off notifications if it doesn't serve you or stresses you out or makes you hate your life unnecessarily because it's just a highlight reel, and I promise you their life is just as messy as yours. So I think that's all I got today. I did that in like a little over 20 minutes, which is pretty good for a dawn. If you have ever done a training with me, usually I'm much more long-winded. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I will leave this on. Is that head wig behind me? Yes, this is head wig behind me. It's the Scentsy head wig. Go to Scentsy events. Wink, wink. I don't wink with that eye. My left eye wink is a little weak. That is Scentsy head wig. He's beautiful. She's beautiful. I said he. Head wig's a girl, guys. Scentsy head wig behind me. Living her best life. She brought me my Hogwarts letter, and she's hanging out. So, but yeah, if you have questions, ask. I'll leave obviously the notifications on so that I get them, and hopefully, even though this was probably not the conventional social media training you were expecting, hopefully it was helpful, took some weight off your shoulders. I like to take weight off shoulders. Like, it's okay to not do everything. It's okay to not show up on all of them. Just be really good at the ones you do and be yourself. It takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. Okay? If it doesn't serve you, it's not for you. My motto this year was, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And you'll feel a lot better about life. So I love you guys. Thanks for showing up. Have a happy Wednesday. It's Wax Wednesday. Go change your wax. And I'll talk to you guys later.